Hello friends, today I will discuss about the colligative properties of electrolytic solutions. Firstly we discuss the non-electrolyte solute or non-electrolyte substance. What is non-electrolyte? Means non-electrolyte means those substances which cannot break, which cannot dissociate. As an example, sugar C6H12O6 या glucose, sugar C12H2211, it cannot dissociate because they have covalent bond. So these substances are non-electrolyte. In the previous section, when we discussed about the colligative properties, then we prefer only for non-electrolyte solution in the name of non-electrolytic solution. In this case, means for non-electrolytic solution, the colligative property is dependent on two assumptions. And what is the assumption in case of non-electrolytic solution? First one is the solution become dilute. Solution become dilute. When the solution become dilute, then they follow the Raoult's law. Means for dilution, they follow the Raoult's law. This is the first condition. Now the second condition. Solution, in the solution, solute cannot dissociate or associate. These are the two assumptions for the colligative properties. Means solution become dilute. When solution become dilute, then they follow the Raoult's law. Second condition, solute cannot dissociate or associate. Means that is non-electrolyte. In this case, the colligative properties is as number one, lowering of vapor pressure is P0A minus PA upon P0A is equal to chi V. Second one, elevation in boiling point, that is delta TV is equal to kV into m. For freezing, depression in freezing point, delta TF is equal to kF into m. And the fourth one, osmotic pressure, pi is equal to CRT. So these are the colligative properties related to the non-electrolyte solute. But here we discuss about the electrolytic solution. As you know, what is electrolyte? So let's see what is electrolyte firstly. Electrolyte are those substances which can associate or which can dissociate. Means electrolyte are those substances which can dissociate. Which can dissociate or associate. Means for electrolytic solution, the colligative properties is depend on two assumptions. First assumption is the electrolyte may be associated or electrolyte may be dissociated. First assumption is the substance become associated. Second one is the substance become dissociated. How these assumptions can be understood? Let's see here. First one is the association of electrolyte substance. How? Let's see here. As an example, acetic acid CH3COOH. The molecular weight of acetic acid is equal to 60. But when this acetic acid is dissolved in benzene, means acetic acid dissolved in benzene. In this case, the acetic acid molecule become associated CH3C. This is the first molecule of acetic acid. Now the second molecule of acetic acid is, there is the hydrogen bond between hydrogen and oxygen. So here only one molecules are present in the solution, but when acetic acid dissolved in benzene, then first molecule and this is the second molecule are combined to each other and they associate with जुड़. So the molecular mass of acetic acid in benzene is a molecular mass of acetic acid. In case of dimer, because two molecules are associated, so we can say that the acetic acid is present in dimer form. So they have the molecular mass is in 120. This is the normal molecular mass, and this is the abnormal molecular mass. Why they have abnormal molecular mass? Due to association. Similarly, in case of dissociation, this is the first assumption, associated. Second assumption is the dissociation. As you know, the colligative property is actually depend on number of solute particles. If we take the example potassium chloride KCl in the solution, then KCl is break into potassium ion and chloride ion. There is a two molecules, means if the number of molecules increases, then the colligative property also increases. Here we see that in case of KCl, that is the electrolytic solution, when it dissolves in the solution, then it breaks into potassium ion and chloride ion and they form the two molecules. So the colligative properties also have been changed. So this is the concept about the association and dissociation. Here we can see that the molecular mass gets changed due to association, but here we can see that the number of particles increases. As you know that colligative properties is inversely proportional to molecular mass. Here we can say that the molecular mass is higher as compared to normal. If molecular mass is higher, then the colligative property decreases. Means in case of association, the colligative properties become decreases. But in case of dissociation, the number of particles increases. That's why the colligative properties become increases. In this case, KCl have different molecular mass because they are dissociated. Means here the molecular mass of potassium chloride become decreases due to the breaking of KCl molecule. When the molecular mass decreases, then the colligative properties is higher. Means in case of dissociation, the colligative properties is higher, but in case of association, the colligative properties is decreases. These are the concept for the colligative properties of electrolytic solution. About this concept, a scientist Van Hoff in 1886, Van Hoff introduced a term for describing all the colligative properties of electrolytic solution, and the factor introduced by Van Hoff is Van Hoff factor. Van Hoff factor, which is indicated by small I. Indicated by small I. In 1886, Van Hoff told that in case of association or dissociation, in case of association or dissociation, colligative properties is different, and the Van Hoff factor is the ratio of normal molecular mass to the calculated observed molecular mass in case of association or dissociation. In case of association, from the last lecture, this lecture, and in case of association, the molecular mass is higher. Molecular mass is higher. As an example, acetic acid CH3COH, normal molecular mass is 60, but the abnormal molecular mass in case of dimer form, they have 120. So in case of association, the Van Hoff factor for association in case of acetic acid is normal molecular mass means 60 upon observed molecular mass means 120, then it becomes 1 by 2. Means in case of association, the Van Hoff factor is less than 1. Let's see here. Number 1, in case of association, observed molecular mass is higher than normal molecular mass. The denominator is higher, so that I, the Van der Waals factor, is less than 1. But in case of dissociation, the observed molecular mass is less than normal molecular mass, so that the Van der Waals factor is greater than 1. And in case of no association or no dissociation, means for non-electrolyte solution, the value of observed molecular mass equal to normal molecular mass, and the value of Van der Waals factor is equal to 1. So, Van der Waals introduced Van der Waals factor in the colligative properties as see here. In case of lowering of vapor pressure, P naught A minus P A upon P naught A is equal to XV. But here Van der Waals factor is introduced in this equation as small I. This is the first equation. Now the second equation, elevation in boiling point. Means delta TB is equal to kV into small m, where kV into m, the Van der Waals factor introduced as I. And the third equation is depression in freezing point. The delta TF is equal to I KF into small m. And the last one is the osmotic pressure, that is indicated by pi is equal to CRT. The Van der Waals factor is introduced as I in this equation. So these are the colligative properties related with the electrolytic solution. In case of non-electrolyte, there is no necessity of I, because for non-electrolyte solution the Van der Waals factor value have 1. So this is the various colligative properties for electrolytic solution. Thank you for watching this video, and please like this video, share this video, and please press the button of bell and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.